to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I'm your host, Nina Vilvaso, and if you want to know how to build your personal brand and gain credibility online and turn passion into profit with content marketing, you came to the right place. And before we start, and everyone who's watching my video right now sees this awesome t-shirt. If you are listening to the podcast, you might not see me, but I'm wearing a white t-shirt with my logo on the upper right side. And this is super exciting. It's the Social Wisdom merch. I decided to get some t-shirts and some sweaters. When I founded my LLC about, I want to say 2 years ago, I was already super excited and I was like, wow, that feels really official. But now getting my merch and seeing my own logo, let me tell you, that's a whole different level of how it feels official. It feels super official. Although I already have my company for the past almost 2 years, but I guess every business owner can agree once you get the merch in the door and once you're showing off your own firm, it just feels very special. But I'm not here to talk about my merch. I'm here to talk about another episode that can help you to grow on social media. And today I want to talk about TikTok. More in specific, how to grow your audience on TikTok. Building an audience on TikTok can definitely be challenging. But with the right tools and strategy, it's totally possible. And before we get started, so I started on TikTok when TikTok was still named Musical.ly. I created lip sync videos and I thought they were super fun, but I never really pursued that social media platform. I just created some content, thought it's fun. Most of them are just saved as a draft and I was like too scared to publish them. And when TikTok then rolled around, I was pretty much one of the first people who really got TikTok on their phone, but I didn't at that point see the value of that platform. Most content creators were singing or dancing and I felt like that's not really in my wheelhouse. So I didn't start creating content, I was just more absorbing content, which in retrospect was kind of a mistake. I should have jumped on the platform while I was there. And you might relate to this. You might say, do you know what? I could have had the chance to jump on the platform. Haven't done it. Do you know what? Let's not whine about stuff that's in the past. Let's focus on the future and let's focus in on the present moment. And what I wanted to say is, if you're not on TikTok right now, I urge you to jump on it. Like, you need to jump on TikTok right now. And I downloaded the TikTok platform and lately I'm very active and there's a lot of potential in that platform. So I need you to jump on that platform if you haven't done that yet. TikTok is still a fabulous platform that can give you organic exposure. Not a lot of social media accounts do this anymore. So they really limit your organic reach and I want you to put paid ads behind it to reach more people. But TikTok up to this point still allows you to do that. And that is huge. Seriously, that is so big. You really need to jump on that platform right now. And if you think, you know what, my business doesn't really fit on TikTok, I don't really think my online audience would be there, my ideal audience would be on a TikTok, I'm pretty sure they are. So you need to jump on the platform. And why do I tell you this? If you follow me for some time, you already know this, but the Social Wisdom as of right now is just a side business. So I do this after work when I come home, I do this on the weekend. Every free minute I have is basically spending on my business. And during my daytime, I'm a chief or marketing officer and I see operations at a law firm. And when TikTok was rolling out, we were all thinking about, should we jump on TikTok? And at the first instance, I was more like, well, law firm is more of a serious type of business and TikTok seems kind of jokey. But nevertheless, we decided to jump on TikTok and we see great results. People call us from that platform by just doing it organically. So I want to tell you, at the beginning, you might not think that your audience is on TikTok, but TikTok is growing rapidly. Even 40-year-olds, 50-years-old on the platform. TikTok really established itself as almost like a search engine tool, similar to Google, where people go on TikTok to look for their answers. So I'm telling you, don't miss out on those opportunities. And going back to my daytime job, I also run a lot of TikTok ads, and I don't want to talk about TikTok ads in this particular episode right now, but TikTok ads can also be great for you. Not a lot of advertisers are currently on the platform, so you still get a good amount of cheap leads, cheap potential clients. So that is something you might want to look into. But for today, we're just focusing on growing our channel, tips that help you grow your channel so you can do that organically before you jump on the paid media side. TikTok is a source for entertainment of millions, and it's changing the social media landscape. Anyone and everyone can create videos, anyone and everyone can become viral, and anyone and anywhere can share their story. So at the end of the day, everyone is like little mini actors on the platform. And the best part about it, yes, you can go viral. You can go viral with your videos, whether you have 50 followers, 100 followers, 1,000 followers. But it's not always that easy. I'm going to show you 7 components that you can use as a guideline for creating exceptional videos for TikTok. So have you ever thought about a viral TikTok idea and was like, oh my god, that is the greatest idea, let me create this right now. So you created the video, uploaded, and with a blink of an eye, you've seen thousands of similar videos that talk about the same thing as your video, and you just melted into the sea of videos when you got lucky and got 50 views on a video. If you ever experienced that, you're not alone. I felt the same. I thought, oh my god, this is a great idea. I uploaded the video and I got like 5 views on it. And I thought it was a great video, but I guess users thought that wasn't a great video. So I don't want that you run into the same issues of wasting your time creating content when users on the platforms don't react to it. So let's start with the 7 components that you can use. To build an audience on TikTok, you need to create content that is interesting and original. What do I mean by interesting and original? So original content, you don't want to go on TikTok and copy someone else's piece of content. And of course, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to come up with ideas that have never been out there. No, you can go to other users, you can check out their videos, you can check out what videos went viral and create similar videos, or basically videos that align with that style. It's important that whatever video you put out there, that you put your own spin on it. Do not copy someone one-to-one. Do not copy someone's text. Do not pretend to be that person. Always be your own person. And that's what I mean by creating original content. Using funny and engaging topics can also help you attract viewers to your platform and therefore grow your account. So what are funny and interesting themes? Videos that are currently trending on TikTok, or they're very popular, are videos where basically one person plays 2 different characters. And I think those videos work great for, let's say, educational pieces. So for example, you can also do this when you're a coach. For example, you're a fitness coach and one of your clients asking you, how can I get stronger arm muscles? Then you can play the role of the client and you can play the role of the fitness coach, saying, if you do these 5 at-home exercises for 10 minutes daily, you get really strong arms. So really use themes and interesting topics that you can weave into your content strategy. And videos like this can be under your educational aspect, for example. Then you can create funny content. Funny content could anything that's like trending. I'm going to talk about trends and effects later on. And while I talk about trending topics and creating original, interesting content, let me give you the guidelines that you should follow to create those pieces. Number 1, do your research. Really, anything and everything starts with research. Don't just jump into something without researching it first. And by researching, I mean go on TikTok, consume content. I want you to understand what's trending. I want you to understand what works. I also want you to research locations. For example, let's say you're a baker and you want to open up a TikTok account. What backgrounds would make sense for you? And you can utilize the green screen that's built into TikTok to, let's say, put a bakery behind you, or a baking shop, or a storefront, whatever you think might resonate to your audience. Or if you're a fitness coach, film yourself either in the gym, or if you don't have a gym, you can use the green screen feature again and put a screen behind you. So really research locations and think about, what would my ideal audience would like to see? What would keep them engaged? And also research interesting topics. What might your ideal audience find interesting? Are these how-to videos? Are these behind-the-scene videos? And you can get that knowledge either by directly asking your audience. So for example, you can jump onto TikTok to ask them what videos they would like to see. If you don't have a big audience, go to your competitors that you think your ideal audience would follow. Check out their content, read through their comments, what do clients ask, and then pick up on those comments or questions and create videos out of them. Researching interest-based topics and locations will help you create content that resonates to your audience, rather than just producing random videos and random places that just get lost in the sea of videos on TikTok. Number 2, music. Make sure each video has a catchy melody or trending sound that will get people to stop scrolling and watch your video. And you can find trending melody and trending sound bites by either spending 30 minutes to an hour each day on the platform by simply consuming content. So you can scroll through the content, you can see what piece is like trending, what sound do you hear over and over again, and utilize this in your content strategy. If you don't have time to spend like 30 minutes or an hour every day on TikTok to consume content, you can either allocate this to another team member of your team and let them handle this, or even give the entire TikTok project to another team member. And if you're like me, if you're a solopreneur and you don't have anyone else, what I do, I split up that time into like 10 to 15 minute chunks. So I spend like 10 minutes during my lunch break on TikTok consuming content to see what's trending. I spend another 10 minutes when I'm waiting for someone to join, for example, a Zoom meeting. I tend to be a little bit earlier, so I like to occupy my time. Or when I just lay in bed, before maybe there's a commercial break. Open up your TikTok app, scroll through it, and check it out. You can also ask your friends or family members. For example, myself, my husband, he doesn't really create any content. He's not a content creator, but he's a consumer. So he spends his time on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. So he comes up to me telling me, hey, this is a trending sound, or this is a cool sound bite that might fit your business. So you can also ask your friends or your family members if they can share some insights with you. And when you use music pieces, you really gotta make sure that they fit into your content strategy. So for example, if you see a trending music piece or trending soundbite and you try to weave them into your content strategy, but they just don't seem to fit, they don't seem to be on brand, then ditch them, don't use them. For example, I recently used a Kris Jenner laugh. It was like a viral soundbite where she's basically just laughing, and the creator put a sarcastic type of overlay of text on the screen. So I laughed basically, and my caption was, when you're still hoping to create average content and reach your customers. So as long as the trending content, the effects and music pieces and soundbite fit your content, go ahead and use them. Number 3, effects. And that's just a quick side note. I think this is pretty much a European thing, but Europeans count 3 like this, and I think Americans count it like this. And this seems very, very unnatural to me. This feels very unnatural to do. Who does this? It kind of hurts my fingers. This seems very natural. 1, 2, 3. This comes super natural. So if you're watching my videos, this is how I do 3. That's how I will show you 3. If you're on the podcast and you're wondering, what is this lady doing right now? What is Nina doing? I'm counting with my thumb, pointy finger, and then middle finger, whereas I believe everyone in the United States will count pointy finger, middle finger, and then the ring finger. And to me, that's super unnatural. But number 3, using effects. Keep things lively by incorporating transitions, effects, or filters into your video to spice up the visual. And again, using effects, using filters, or anything in that nature, make sure it's on brand. And by on brand, I mean, does the filter or the effect make sense with your business? I know that a while ago, I'm not sure if you remember, but there was a trending, I think it was a trending effect, was a filter of the Renaissance eyes. So basically, the filter laid over your face and all you see was the eyes on another person, on a painting. And when I did this video, I basically put in like the face I make when clients don't pay on time. So you gotta make sure you weave in the filters, you weave in the effects, so it makes sense with what you're trying to say. As a regular creator, so if you're a blogger, an influencer, and you just try to gain popularity, you just try to gain more followers, then you can pretty much jump on every effect that's out there. But if you're a business owner, whether you're selling products, skincare products, you're selling services, coaching services, or you're in the educational space with like online courses, it does not make sense to jump on every single effect. It just doesn't. Some effects are showing pictures when you were in your teens. For me personally, it doesn't really resonate with my business. I'm an educator, I'm an online coach, I'm a social media marketer that helps brands to grow their following online and really get credibility. So for me, showing how I looked when I was 13 and just put a song over it doesn't cut it for me. I don't think it resonates with my audience. It doesn't look on brand and I don't want it. So if you think about your brainstorm and you don't come up with something that makes sense, just ditch the trend, ditch the effect, the filter, don't use it. Number 4, incorporating text. There are 2 main parts that you can use on TikTok to incorporate text. Number 1, captions. So these are closed captions. So everything that I'm saying would be displayed on the screen. You can enable them, but you don't have to. So basically TikTok is transcribing your video. For me, I like to use them because I have an accent. Sometimes I talk a little bit fast, or I also do a lot of talk and walk videos where I'm outside. I'm close to the street, so the car noise is sometimes cutting me off, and an airplane is cutting me off. So I like to have the fallback captions where my users can toggle on captions on their TikTok to see what I'm talking about. By default, they're not turned on, so your user has to turn them on when they're watching your video. And my second way to incorporate text in the video is to use bold words to highlight your point. I like to use bold text when I want to point out a call to action or just for statements. So I use the bold text for call to actions or really for statements that I want to bring awareness to so my viewers can see it. But generally speaking, I recommend using both. I personally use both, especially on like longer educational videos or where I talk a lot. If you're using a trending sound, so let's say it's a laugh that you're using or a lip sync trend that you're using, then I would say don't use the captions since it's a trend and a lot of people are very familiar with this. But if you're creating original content where you talk, I always think it's a great idea to use captions. Also remember that not everyone is always turning on the volume on their phone, especially you're at work or you're in the train, you're commuting. You don't just want to blast your video and maybe you forgot your headphones at home. So definitely incorporate captions and text into your videos. Number 5, trends. Keep up with trending content. I mentioned it before, whether it's trending effects or filters, transitions or music, you gotta keep up with them on the platform. I said it earlier, but a great way for you to find trending content is by simply consuming content. Just spend 30 minutes to an hour on the platform. See what filters you see over and over again, what sound bites you see over and over again, and then utilize those sound bites, trending effects and transitions in your videos. Another way that I found very helpful, there's a person on TikTok, a woman goes by the user account Wave Wild, and Wild is spelled W-I-L-D, and she posts trending content, so trend alerts or sounding pieces, and it definitely makes sense to follow someone like this because that person is heavily involved on what's trending. So you, instead of doing your own research, you can just follow back on users like this who already give you the insights on what's trending, and you can just build on that and start creating content. Utilizing trending pieces into your content strategy is a great way to get more eyeballs on your content and grow your account. And trending pieces can be anything from sound bites to effects to filters. And I mentioned it before, when you're using these trending pieces, you want to be creative. You want to put your own spin on it and you want to make sure it's on brand. Also, when it comes to trends on TikTok, you want to be an early adopter. You want to jump on the trends as early as possible and start creating content. The faster you jump on the bandwagon, the higher are your chances of becoming viral. If you jump on a trend, whether it's a trending sound piece or an effect, and already millions of videos are created for that trend, it's much harder for you to become viral. So you want to be an early adopter. And you can check out how many videos have been created for that particular effect by going to your TikTok app. Number 6, value. And trust me, I am saying this in pretty much every video, value. You gotta provide value. Providing value is important to hook people, to get them into the door to start following you, but also to nurture your existing following. While trending content attracts the user, value is what makes the user stick around. And value can be anything from entertainment to providing information, giving advice, showing behind the scene, or motivating someone. But you have to make sure you're providing value every time you show up online. And the last component in my video guideline, my video structure, number 7, is consistency. Organic exposure on TikTok is huge, and it's one of the only platforms currently in this landscape that is offering you that much organic exposure with having almost little to no following. But trust me, this is going away. I'm not sure when it will be going away. Maybe in a year, maybe in a month, maybe tomorrow, but it will definitely go away. So you gotta jump on TikTok right now and you gotta start creating content. You want to make sure you publish as much content as possible. Ideally, post 2 to 3 videos a day. I know that's not always possible, but at least create and post 1 video a day onto your channel. Another strategy that you can use on TikTok is cross-promoting your content. Once you've created your content, publish it on TikTok, let TikTok's algorithm do a thing. No need to worry, just let them do the thing. But in the meantime, I need you to be a bee. So bees in the traditional sense, they fly from flower to flower and they pollinate them. And I need you to do the same thing. I need you to be a busy bee. So you need to fly from flower to flower, and flowers in my example are social media networks. So you need to fly to your social media networks and pollinate and sprinkle in your TikTok content to lure them back to the source, meaning TikTok. You go, for example, to Instagram stories, letting everyone know, follow me on TikTok for more exclusive content. Hop over to Twitter, craft a couple of tweets telling them to follow you on Twitter for more funny content. So you have to promote your TikTok account on your other social media platforms. I'm not talking about cross-promoting the TikTok content to other social media channels. I'm just telling you to give out the words, to bring awareness that I have a TikTok account and all of you need to follow me there for more exclusive content. But keep in mind, this strategy only works if you're posting original and unique content to your TikTok account. If you're posting the same content on TikTok that you're posting on Instagram, and I already follow you on Instagram, there's no need for me to follow you on TikTok. It doesn't provide value to me. It just makes me annoyed because I now follow you here and I see your content, I follow you there and I see the exact same content. So you want to make sure you're posting unique content. If you're not posting original and unique content, and that does not only go with TikTok, but you should post original and unique content to every social media platform, don't cross-promote them. You only want to cross-promote if there's additional value onto your other channel. You can also post little snippets of your TikTok video to your Instagram story or to your Twitter, to your Facebook account, and tell them to watch the full video or watch more content onto your TikTok account. You can also split up, let's say, an educational content piece into part 1 and part 2. Part 1, you will post everywhere, but for part 2, they have to come to your TikTok account. That's also a nice way to basically grow your TikTok account. Building an audience on TikTok can be achieved by following the 7 steps, so by incorporating trending effects and trending sound bites, and then by also cross-pollinating your content to your other social media channels to lure them back into your TikTok account. Finally, continue to create content. Don't get discouraged. Even if your first couple of videos don't get the views that you're expecting, don't give up. Always keep going. Because only if you continue to publish content, you will get not only better at it, but you will also understand what your audience is responding to. And the content you post out there can be funny, dramatic, interesting. It can be anything you want it to be. And that led us to the end of yet another episode. I'm so glad you tuned into today. And while we speak about TikTok, definitely give me a follow on TikTok. I would love to connect with you. And I hope you tune in again next week. Until then, goodbye. How we say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.